Namaskar and very warm good afternoon to you all, Honorable Vice Principal Sir and my dear classmates. As you know, it's me Sunaina Shrestha from grade 10. Today I am here in front of you all to present about the topic heat, which is given in our course book of science. First of all, I'd like to thank our science teacher, Mr. Ishwar Gambhane, for giving me this opportunity to increase my confidence and along with my knowledge. So now I'd like to start my presentation. As you can see here, we have different topics here to discuss about today. First, we are going to discuss about heat, then temperature, thermometer, specific heat capacity, followed by numericals. So without wasting any time, I'd like to start our first topic, heat. Heat is a form of energy which flows from a hot body to cold body when it is placed in a thermal contact. As you all know, it is a form of energy. Energy is the capacity of doing work. There are different forms of energy as we studied in previous classes. Heat is also a form of energy. It is a form of energy which flows from hot body to cool body, as you can see here. Heat flows from warmer object to cooler object. In other words, we can also define heat as the sum of kinetic energy of molecules contained in a body. Moving on to next one, units of heat. Heat is measured in joule in SI system and in calorie in CGS system. Calorimeter is used to measure heat. It measures the heat of an object. The amount of heat required to raise the temperature of 1 gram of pure water by 1 degree centigrade or 1 Kelvin is known as 1 calorimeter. 1 calorie heat. 1000 calorie is equals to 1 kilocalorie. Now next we have importance of heat. Usually heat is used for many purposes in our daily life. It is a very useful form of energy. Usually it is one of the most used and useful form of energy. It is used for cooking food in our daily life. It is also used for drying grains and also drying for our wet clothes. It is used for running different machineries and equipments in industries and factories and also for running vehicles. Our next topic we have temperature here. Temperature, first defining temperature, we have it is the average kinetic energy of the molecules contained in a body. Temperature is a measure of hotness and coolness of a body. Usually when we discuss about heat and temperature, many people get confused that it is the same thing, but they are not. Temperature is the measure of hotness or coolness of a body, but heat is the form of energy which gives us the warmth and sensation of warmth. Temperature is the factor which determines the flow of heat. Temperature is usually measured with a device called thermometer. Now discussing about thermometer. Thermometer, as I said before, thermometer is a device which is used for measuring the temperature of a body. It's on a principle which states that when a body is heated, it expands and it contracts on cooling. It means that the liquid in the thermometer is known as thermometric liquid. When a body is heated, when a hot body comes in contact with the bulb, the liquid inside the thermometer expands, and when the body is cold, it contracts. As I said before about thermometric liquid, it is a liquid which is used inside the thermometer in order to measure the temperature of an object. Mercury and alcohol are the two types of thermometric liquid which are used in thermometer. Mercury, talking about mercury, the freezing point of mercury is minus 39 degrees centigrade and it equals at 357 degrees centigrade. Whereas alcohol, it freezes at minus 170 degrees centigrade and goes at 78 degrees centigrade. Mercury thermometer are for measuring the temperature of hot bodies and hot objects, but alcohol thermometer are used for measuring the temperature of cold bodies and cold places. This is because mercury has the capacity of measuring higher temperature as its boiling point is 375 degrees centigrade. It can measure the temperature of any body which ranges up to 375 degrees centigrade, but cannot measure the temperature of bodies which are colder than its freezing point. Temperature scale. We have three different types of temperature scales in order to measure the temperature of a body. Centigrade scale, Fahrenheit scale, and Kelvin scale. Kelvin scale is the SI unit of temperature, but centigrade and Fahrenheit are also generally used for measuring the temperature of a body. Centigrade scale. In this scale, the lower and upper fixed points are 0 degree and 100 degree respectively. The Fahrenheit in the Fahrenheit scale, the lower and upper fixed points are 32 degree Fahrenheit and 212 degree Fahrenheit. Likewise, of Kelvin scale, the lower fixed points and upper fixed point of this scale is 273 degree Kelvin and 373 Kelvin. And also 1 degree centigrade is used for denoting centigrade scale, whereas for Fahrenheit it is used as 1 degree Fahrenheit, 1 degree F, and for Kelvin scale only 1 K. As we talk about these three scales of temperature, we have a relation between these three scales. With this relation of these three scales of temperature, we can measure the centigrade, Fahrenheit, and Kelvin scale, and know the temperature of a body. The next one is the difference between heat and temperature. As we can see here, heat is the form of energy that gives the sensation of warmth, whereas temperature is the degree of hotness and coolness, as I said before. It is the sum of kinetic energy contained in a body, but temperature is the average kinetic energy of molecules contained in a body. The SI unit of heat is joule, as it is a form of energy, but temperature's SI unit is Kelvin. It is measured by the instrument called calorimeter, but temperature is measured by thermometer. As I said about thermometer, there are usually 4 types of thermometer. They are clinical thermometer, laboratory thermometer, digital maximum and minimum thermometer. So let's talk about clinical thermometer first. Clinical thermometer. Clinical thermometer is generally used for measuring the temperature of human body. It is usually small in size and it does not have a wide range of scale. Its range of scale is 35 degrees centigrade to 42 degrees centigrade, or in Fahrenheit we can say 94 degree Fahrenheit to 108 degree Fahrenheit. As you can see here, the diagram of clinical thermometer, we have a bulb here, a constriction here, and a capillary tube in which the thermometric liquid is kept. Constriction is here because constriction is kept here in order to stop the backflow of mercury. Laboratory thermometer. This thermometer is also known as simple thermometer. It is usually used in laboratory. It is longer than clinical thermometer, and its temperature range is also longer. Its range is 10 degrees centigrade to 110 degrees centigrade. The working method and structure of this thermometer is similar to that of mercury thermometer, a clinical thermometer. But it does not have a capillary there as of clinical thermometer. Digital thermometer. This is one type of thermometer that does not use any thermometric liquid. Digital thermometer is an electronic thermometer. It works with a battery inside it. It displays the range of temperature using a LCD display. Next, we have maximum and minimum thermometer. It is a device that records the highest and lowest temperature reached over a certain period of time in a day. This device is usually U-shaped, as you can see in the figure. One side of the U-shaped is usually used for measuring the minimum temperature, and the other side is for measuring the maximum temperature. Specific heat capacity. Specific heat capacity of a body is defined as the amount of heat which is required in order to raise a temperature of 1 degree centigrade of unit mass of that body by 1 degree centigrade or 1 Kelvin. The SI unit of specific heat capacity of a body is joule per kg Kelvin. But even though its SI unit is joule per kg Kelvin, another unit is also used, commonly used for measuring the specific heat capacity. It is joule per kg degree centigrade. The bodies which have all the bodies have different specific heat capacity. Among them, the bodies which have more specific heat capacity change the temperature slowly in comparison to those who have less specific heat capacity. Now discussing about some effects of specific heat capacity. Water is used to cool the engines of vehicles. The specific heat capacity of water is usually more. Its specific heat capacity is 42,000 joule per kg degree centigrade. So it is used for cooling the engines of vehicles. As the vehicles run, the engine becomes hotter. So water helps to cool it down. In a night, the night in desert is very cold while the day is very hot. This is also due to specific heat capacity and its effects. Water is suitable for heating the system. Heat equation. Heat equation is an equation that shows how the heat is gained or lost by a body having a mass and change in a temperature. Heating states that the product of mass, specific heat capacity and change in temperature is equal to the amount of heat of the body. So I'd like to write the heat equation, which comes by Q represents the amount of heat of a body is equals to M is the mass of a body and S is the specific heat capacity of the body multiplied by dt. dt is the change in temperature of the body. This is the equation of heat equation. Now we have numericals to solve. First of all, the first question is how much heat is supplied to raise the temperature of 100 gram of water from 5 degrees centigrade to 90 degrees centigrade. Specific heat capacity of water is given 42,000 joule per kg degree centigrade. Now solving the first question, we have if there is given that the mass of the body is 100 gram. We can change gram into kilogram because the SI unit of mass of body is kilogram. So in order to change gram into kilogram, we need to divide by 1000. We can write 100 by 1000 equals to kilogram equals to 0.1 kilogram. Next, the initial and the final temperature of the body is given there. So we can write it by representing T1 as initial temperature, which is 5 degrees centigrade, and T2 as the final temperature, which is 90 degrees centigrade. So in order to find the change in temperature of a body, which is represented by GT, we can find the difference between these two temperatures. 90 minus 5 degrees centigrade equals to 35 degrees centigrade. The specific capacity of water is also given, which is represented by S. So now solving the problem, we need to find the amount of heat supplied in order to raise the temperature of water. As I said before, by discussing the heat equation, I discussed about the equation of heat. So I'd like to now ask a person to tell me about the equation of heat. Can you tell me the equation?
Q ms into dt.
Q equals
Q equals to ms.
dt. Thank you very much. As you said, the equation is Q equals to ms dt. Q is the average. Q is the average heat of the Q is the amount of heat of the body. M is the mass, which is 100 degrees centigrade. A 0.1 kg. We have S as 42,000. Next we have the dt, which is change in temperature, 85 degrees centigrade. So now the amount of heat contained in the body is now writing the SI unit of amount of heat, we have joule. As we have solved the first question, now moving on to the second one. If 50 kilojoule of heat is transferred to 10 kg of water, what is the rise in temperature? The specific capacity of water is 42,000 joule per kg centigrade. The question, the amount of heat is given, the mass of the body is given, and the specific capacity of the body is given, water is given. We need to find the rise in temperature. So first writing the given things. Uh, 50 kilojoule. First changing this kilojoule into joule, we need to multiply it by 1000. Joule. Next we have the mass, which is 10 kg. And we have a specific heat capacity, 4200 Joule per kg degree centigrade. We need to find the rise in temperature, which is change in temperature denoted by dT. So again, using the heat equation, which is Q equals to ms dt. As we need to find dt, we will just solve this. Now putting up the value of Q, we have degree centigrade. Now we have got the change in temperature, which is 1.19 degree centigrade. Like this, I'd like to end my presentation today. Thank you.